Yeah. Hey guys, it's me, Jack24 here. Today I'm back with another, well, analog horror reaction by Aliotta for, the Muldoon logs, number 7. If I remember the title correctly. Actually, you know what? I'll just look it up on my phone just to make sure that I get this title right. Because I often do. Well, I know it's going to be correct for the for for the title, but you know. Oh yeah, episode 7, Muldoon kills. All right. So now we get to see what happens from the cliffhanger from the last episode. Episode 6, the novel Dilophosaurus. Anyways, once again, just gotta run through some of the copyright stuff. So, once again, everything here belongs to Aliotta, and I can't stress this enough. Please go and support Aliotta. Go to his channel, subscribe, join, like his videos, comments down below, because with more engagement and more positivity from the community, the more content he gives us, that is very, very good. So it's very beneficial. And even if I wasn't on YouTube watching this, like doing this for my channel, I personally do check in with each of the series for whenever new episodes are uploaded. So, anyways, Jurassic Park's copyright belongs to Universal City Studios, LLC, and Ambient Entertainment, Inc. Anyways, once again, a link to the original video will be in the description, along with Aliotta's channel. Once again, I will strongly support. Please go and help support, because he deserves it. Also, I'm going to mention this, so I know for some of you that keep watching my videos and are just watching this through the playlist, you guys can skip a little bit ahead, but for those that don't know, I was originally going to go into college for paleontology, since for a long time, and still now, like, paleontology is a massive interest of mine, and personally, it's one of those things that I try keeping my absolute best updated on. Granted, I mean, most of my updates come from paleontological videos and stuff, since I'm a bit, partially busy and also partially a bit lazy to be reading papers, since some of the papers have some stuff that I can't fully understand or don't have like the full knowledge of how to comprehend it, compared to some videos that explain it a bit better with some visuals to go along with it. It's just tougher for me to figure out like which part of which thing. And anyways, I'm getting distracted. So I'm going to be coming at this with a few paleontological analysis, and I will be pointing out a few things in it where this will be purely just from me giving my opinions on it, and also explaining kind of probably the thought process Aliotta put into it when explaining some of the creatures. Since for those that don't know, Aliotta's universe is a mixture between the novels, the movies, and whatever he decides. So it's going to be quite fun. Anyways, let's begin. I know for everyone that, been watching my reactions on it, you guys know I'm about to do this little rant thing. But for those that are new, I'll have to explain this. So, Velociraptor Anthropus, the species shown in both the movies and in the novels, is not a real species. What? That's a shocker. Well, I mean, Velociraptor mongoliensis, and I'm forgetting the other subspecies it has, well, judging by the name, is, was found in the area of prehistoric Mongolia long time ago. And Velociraptor Anthrophus just happened to have been a name that Michael Crichton saw from paleo art where misnamed Deinonychus Anthrophus as Velociraptor Anthrophus, which is annoying. But also not to mention Michael Crichton, the author of Jurassic Park, did also think Velociraptor sounded more intimidating than Deinonychus. To be fair, I see his point, but at the same time, I'm also to be fair, the terrible quad is a bit scarier than Swift Thief. But you know what? Who am I to judge? You know. But effectively, though, so when they were creating the movies and books, they knew full well that this was going to be Deinonychus Anthrophus. Now, the movies originally planned to fix this mistake in some of the earlier drafts of the script, but somewhere along that process, they just flipped it over. And yeah, so that's the caveat. Also, the other two species that are going to be seen in this that are in technically, I went over this more so last episode with the novel Dilophosaurus, but I'll briefly explain because the Dilos are in this episode. So the Dilophosaurus itself, Dilophosaurus letteri, is indeed a valid species and was known to be a pretty good and solid early Jurassic predator. And the other species that they quote on this, I'm using air quotes for, so is Dilophosaurus sinensis. Now, so Dilophosaurus sinensis happens to not be really a species of Dilophosaurus itself. I mean, at the time of around the time of the late 80s, early 90s when this was set in, Dilophosaurus sinensis was actually considered to be a subspecies of Dilophosaurus, or at least hypothesized to be one. But throughout kind of the years in science evolution, we learned that Dilophosaurus sinensis is actually not really related at all to Dilophosaurus and is actually Sinosaurus sinensis, which currently there is a bit of a distinction going on with part of Sinosaurus at the moment, where there's Sinosaurus Triassicus and Sinosaurus sinensis. Whether or not if those are two junior sinensis is a junior synonym to it or not is a bit unknown at the moment, but to be honest, it's one of those things where I keep seeing different reports saying it might be a subspecies of Sinosaurus triassicus, and that there are some differences, so I'm not entirely too sure about that. Paleo nerds watching, don't kill me, I'm just a messenger, and that's just from my brief research into it, so I could be wrong, but then again, a lot of papers are a bit confusing. Anyways, well, confusing for me since I don't really know exactly what's kind of proven to be true or not, but yeah, anyways, other besides that, most of the dinosaurs portrayed in Jurassic Park, at least for the 1990s rendition and actually early 2000s, minus the pterosaurs in Jurassic Park 3, were relatively considered accurate for the time. Now, since science has advanced so much, and paleontology has as well, our understanding of these animals have changed drastically. Anyways, without any further ado, let's continue, because I just am talking my head off, and honestly, I could do that on and on, but anyways, just wanted to make that distinction. Anyways, let's begin.
Come on on, Arnold. Pick up, damn it, come on. That's definitely a raptor. I can't tell from here which one it is, though. It looks like the shape of Storm, her head movements, but I can't be sure. Absolutely an adult velociraptor. How did she get out? Damn it, where is Control when you need them? Arnold, come in. Arnold, are you there? Robbie, can you hear me?
Yeah, Muldoon?
Robbie, where's Arnold?
He's asleep. Why?
Asleep?
Yeah, it's 2 a.m., Muldoon.
Oh, damn.
Shit.
That is a terrible situation to realize. Oh, there's a raptor on the loose. Oh no, it's the time when everyone else is asleep. So that's a conundrum.
I doubt anyone's in the control room at this hour. What do you need?
I need a raptor count.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to do that even if I got down there.
To be fair,
Can you meet me at the-
Robbie is the best guy in this entire series, but besides Muldoon. Robbie himself, although his obsession with naming cows that are going to be eaten is questionable, but he's actually genuinely one of the best voices of reason throughout this.
River between the Dilos and Sauropod Swamp.
Let me put something on.
It's left the water. And now that I've got a clearer view, I don't think that's Storm at all. I don't know who it is, to be honest. And I don't want to risk shooting and hitting the fence instead. That would create a massive issue. My best bet is to prevent it from leaving my sight. But how the bloody hell did it escape?
That's a pretty good question. Well, at least the tree cams are showing that Muldoon's not crazy with seeing these raptors. But how is one in the Dilo paddock, though?
It's calling now.
Who is it calling for?
I don't know what to think anymore. This is messed up.
Yeah, it sees him.
It's making a move, heading back to...
I'm not going to judge Aliana for part of the animation being a bit weird, but, I want to point that out. Sorry, Allie, but, not going to nail you for everything, but say that it's perfect. I understand it, but, just something just to keep in mind for future reference when you're doing this, Allie. I love this series a lot. And little stuff like this kind of takes me out a bit personally, but I push that prejudice of mine, aside.
Towards the water, I think, shit! There's really no way to get closer without entering the Dilophosaur enclosure. No, she's back. Oh, shit!
Oh. Why is the raptor trying to attack the fence?
Yeah, it's injured herself. No, just going to shake it off. Oh, shit, I need to get closer, but I don't want to scare it off.
It's catching your attention for a reason. Yeah, Muldoon, it knows you're there. Well, I think that was obvious to begin with, but...
Damn it, you're not gonna get away from me. She's heading back to the water. I think I know a way to get downstream and intercept it. But that forces me to enter the jungle river. I was heading towards the north end of the enclosure. And there's only one way to get there from here.
Oh, no. I really don't think this is a good idea, Muldoon.
If my calculations are right, I think I know exactly where it will pop out from. And I can meet it right there. The trick is to not startle it and have it panic and take a different route, disappearing again. I'm not going to speed through here.
Seems like Roberta's up.
Compies.
See, this is one of the, quote, Sinosaurus sinensis that they made, aka what they're going to be calling throughout this Dilophosaurus sinensis, even though that terminology is outdated. Because for those that don't know, it was made clear that, the Dilophosaurus laterali is indeed a novel Dilophosaurus, while the movie variant is this so-called Sinosaurus sinensis, which at this point in time when, this is being supposedly made in, the 90s, it would have been known as Dilophosaurus sinensis, so that would be correct for that time, but not correct now. And is also the movie variant of the animal, which I hate seeing portrayed as so small, because in the movie it is confirmed, well, it was confirmed for a few details, that the thing that attacked and killed Nedry was indeed a juvenile. So I'm like, because they're in the Lost World, there is segments showing how big the Dilos get. Granted, it's only on a few bits of the screen and actually a couple of the field pages, but, it's at least something that shows that, that their smaller size isn't, something that's completely unique. Also, as kind of seen / noticed in the last video, although I did point this out very early in the beginning, that it does seem like that these Dilos are able to climb, which the amount of stuff that I believe at the moment, I don't believe Dilophosaurus itself could have climbed. And that also applies for Sinosaurus, but I believe it's possible with juveniles, but even then, that might just be like a very rare or extremely temporary thing, because honestly, Dilophosaurus and Sinosaurus were both not built for, like climbing up trees. But so this is kind of explaining how they managed to hit Manuel straight in the face.
These guys have taken on a whole new level of creep factor, now that I suspect they spit venom.
And yeah, they also learned in the last episode that, the Dilos spit venom.
Can't believe it. How one escaped is beyond me. This is the Jungle River Cruise Gate, which should follow through to the north of the Dilo enclosure. My best guess is that raptor should be close, assuming that it's racing in a fairly straight line.
What?
Needs a thorough comb in to make sure. Shit! There it is.
Right there. Also, for those wondering, I'm just curious if Muldoon has the camera strapped to his chest or neck, because his movements feel more like it's a part of the neck or his head, which I don't think it would be strapped to his neck, but I feel like it could definitely be on a little apparatus that could do that. since they did exist at the time for cameras, but it wouldn't be like a massive thing that people would do.
I'm of two minds about this right now. If I positively ID this as one of ours, and Control can track its movements since leaving its enclosure, then I'll be waiting for Robbie with the tranks. Won't be killing it. However, if this is the raptor from the evening of September 9th, yeah, that's not one of ours.
Oh boy. Sorry.
I've never seen this thing before.
First of all, I personally wouldn't have the head so close to you. Even though you know it's dead, some animals, you know. Even though that they might be quote-unquote dead, it will be hard. Also, I do have to ask this. How the hell did you get that into the boat? Because, as you said, this is an adult raptor, and in gens, raptors can actually get, like, I would say a little bit bigger than actual Deinonychus in terms of weight, but I wouldn't say not by too much, so yeah. But at the same time, I know Muldoon's a strong guy, but I don't see how you're able to fully drag something that's kind of all dead, you know, into a boat without getting into the water yourself.
I don't even know what to say. The markings are nothing like the current three. The composure is off. It's just... I don't understand how this...
Yeah, it's dead because no matter how hard you are still, you have to blink eventually.
Where did you come from? I've worked with all 8 raptors from the get-go here on Nubla, and I remember them very distinctly.
Muldoon? I hate to say this, but you're still in the Dilophosaurus enclosure. My best guess is get out.
What the hell have you done, Henry?
Huh? No. That is around here somewhere.
Was definitely a raptor call. Or is my mind inventing things?
No, it is a raptor call.
Come on, Robert, think. You're at the junction between the Dilo enclosure and Sauropod Swamp. There's some good 4 or 5 miles between here and the raptors. Their calls don't travel that far, not like the Rexes, whose roars are more resonant.
I say you leave. An ad. Sorry, Allie, but I am not ready to, you know, be watching ads while doing this reaction. And also, as much as I agree with the anti-vaping and anti-smoking stuff, it's like, I know a lot of people tend to ignore that anyways, but I get that it's important. But,
that sounds guttural. Almost submerged.
Yeah, because I don't want to... Just be careful. No.
Christ. There's definitely something submerged.
Well, I have a feeling what it is.
No, thank you.
Wait. Let me see that again.
No, thank you.
Yep. Let me take a look.
No,
Yeah, that's the die-off source sweater relay. Get out of there. Out of there, Robert. Now. Now. Go, 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 go. Don't forget to lock the gate. As if not... Go. Robert, what are you doing? Go back and lock the gate. I hate to say this. This is one of the weird things. Robert, go back and close that gate. You don't want those dilos out. Oh no. Is he calling them or are they calling him?
A little early even for you, Robert.
John, I'm caught
Oh no, it's Hammond.
from the river. I'm alone out here, and I've got a body in the raft with me. Velociraptor, fresh kill. And before you ask, no, it's not one of ours.
Robert, that's quite a way to begin a conversation at 3 a.m. Are you certain? We catalogue every animal on the island very carefully.
I'm certain enough to have put a round through its head. Patterning's wrong, build's unfamiliar, and it was nowhere near the enclosure it should have been.
Animals wander. You know that better than anyone, Robert.
Yeah, especially when it's a creature that likes, oh, I don't know, likes to attack things and is incredibly dangerous. Like, yes, animals do wander, but they shouldn't wander outside of their enclosure. I mean, it's like a tiger escaping from a zoo and then going for a stroll. It's like, that's not normal. And also, it's scary because, it's an animal that's, out of its enclosure, and it becomes a danger to the public. Or to even the staff. Regardless, it's a danger to everyone, including the animal itself. Sometimes the animal has to get put down, especially in the zoo or enclosure, if it escapes, just to prevent, something worse from happening to the zoo, which could potentially get it shut down and, remove all the animals, which isn't exactly a good thing.
How often are you finding the Othnielia wandering in the stegosaur paddock?
You're joking.
Island Nubla isn't a
wait.
museum display. It's a living system. Henry assures me.
With respect, John, Henry isn't the one
Wait
walking
a
into the
sec.
jungle at night. Something's off. Between my sightings of a fourth raptor a week ago, the juvenile Rex finding a baby raptor, and now this, it feels like peace is moving without us authorizing them. Something nefarious at play, I dare say.
Something's off with the compy.
You sound tired, Robert, and understandably so. But nefarious is a very strong word.
Wait. No. I'm sorry, but I don't know. I don't know. I think, yes, that's important, but give me a sec. I could have sworn that there was something around
With respect,
here.
John,
Island Nubla isn't a museum display. It's a living system. Henry assures me.
with respect, John, Henry isn't the one walking in enclosure it should have been.
Sorry.
Animals wander. You know that better than anyone, Robert. How often are you finding the Othnielia wandering in the stegosaur paddock?
You're joking.
Island Nubla isn't a museum display. It's a living system. Henry assures me.
With respect, John, Henry isn't the one walking into the jungle at night. Something's off. Between
Agreed.
my sightings of a fourth raptor a week ago, the juvenile Rex finding a baby raptor, and now this, It feels like pieces moving without us authorizing them. Something nefarious at play, I dare say.
You sound tired, Robert, and understandably so. But nefarious is a very strong word. Park is built on redundancy and oversight. Henry Wu has every genome, every behavioral parameter well in hand.
That's precisely what worries me, but let me bring up a more concrete topic once again. The raptors being moved to the holding pen. I wasn't given a reason, and I'd like that reason.
In the stegosaur paddock,
You're joking.
it's nearly one
Sick.
saw paddock,
You're joking.
island new blood.
Wait, did I miss it? Hold on. No, wait. Sorry, guys.
Wrong, builds unfamiliar, and it was nowhere near the enclosure it should have been.
Animals wander. You know that better than
Hold
anyone,
on a
Robert.
sec, guys. Sorry. Where is it? I know someone. Oh, that's there. There we
I
go.
do.
Oh, alright. So it wasn't right there. Alright, so it was a little bit after. Sorry, guys. False alarm. Thought it was earlier.
Henry assures me.
With respect, John, Henry isn't the one walking into the jungle at night. Something's off. Between my sightings of a fourth raptor a week ago, the juvenile Rex finding a baby raptor, and now this, it feels like pieces moving without us authorizing them. Something nefarious at play, I dare say.
You sound tired, Robert, and understandably so. But nefarious is a very strong word. Park is built on redundancy and oversight. Henry Wu has every genome, every behavioral parameter well in hand.
That's precisely what worries me, but let me bring up a more concrete topic once again. The raptors being moved to the holding pen. I wasn't given a reason, and I'd like that reason. Raptors don't get relocated casually, John. They notice things like that.
There are adjustments planned, improvements. The current enclosure needs to be modified, and it's simpler to remove the animals entirely during the process.
Adjustments for what?
All right. Confidentially, and this does not leave this call, we're preparing a new batch. Next year, Isla Sorna. Refinements have been made. Temperament, visual appeal, some cosmetic considerations that will play better with the public.
You're making raptors friendlier.
Presentable, Robert. Awe-inspiring rather than alarming. Think of it as...
I hate to say this, but in both The Lost World and in Jurassic Park itself, all the female raptors look the same. Well, at least in The Lost World, all the male raptors, have the tiger stripes, which I'm kind of noticing that's what this raptor has.
Evolution with intention.
Raptors don't belong anywhere the public can see them, John. Not behind glass, not behind moats, not behind a chipper tour guide recording in a car.
Imagine it. Velociraptor Valley. A dedicated attraction. Elevated paths, reinforced barriers, controlled sight lines. People would come from all over the world.
People would die from all over the world. These animals test fences for sport. They probe. One failure, one oversight, and it's chaos. They should all be destroyed.
You're being an alarmist again, Rob.
As much as I agree with Robert, I also can see Hammond's point of view. Granted, Hammond is a bit negligent with safety concerns, which, I think the animal expert knows, something about the animals that, that you wouldn't really know about, John. Like, honestly, I say trust Robert's word more so than you think. I mean, granted, he's more specialized for mammalian and for more of the African, safari era, but, I mean, an animal expert is still, a person that knows and understands animals. And last I checked, he's the main guy that gets paid for that on this island. Hell, he's one of the top most highly paid people on that island besides John Henry, and maybe even Jerry's highly paid because he's the, veterinarian. Dennis Nedry didn't get paid highly, which in novels it's more understandable, but yeah, it's not so fun.
I'm being experienced.
And I value that experience, Robert, truly. But the park cannot be run on fear.
Then let me give you another reason to be cautious. The Dilophosaurs. Harding and I believe they may be capable of projecting venom. We've found residue, secondary kills, patterns that don't align with any known waste or secretion.
Venom-spitting Dilophosaurs. You see why that sounds sensational?
I mean, as much as I hate that, that John is being a bit, kind of.
Venom-spitting Dilophosaur.
Wait a sec. Hold on.
We've found residue, secondary kills, patterns that don't align with any known waste or secretion.
Alright, guys. Sorry, Robert, but...
Patterns that don't align...
What is this in the background? Last I checked, I'm
with
pretty
any
certain
known
that's a
waste or
raptor.
secretion.
Venom-spitting
And
Dilophosaurs.
yeah, that is a raptor in the background, which isn't good at
See
all.
why that sounds sensational?
And yes, venom-spitting Dilophosaurus, for both species, Sinosaurus and for Dilophosaurus, they did not have venom glands, nor could actually spit venom in anything. Also, it should go without mention, but they also did not have the frills, as that's a movie-only invention, which I kind of dislike the frill idea, but then again, I find it a bit interesting. Although, I don't think it's the most, efficient thing.
I see why ignoring it would be convenient for InGen. We want authorization for exploratory surgery. One animal, controlled environment, confirm it or rule it out.
Surgery introduces risk, Robert. Stress, infection, fallout, etc., etc.
I mean, as much as I really dislike Hammond's negligence, he's also kind of right. Like, I mean, he's trying to make sure that this runs and is operating as smoothly as possible to be on schedule and stuff. Although I would say I would follow Robert's advice here. Like, he is providing, like, genuine, actual good advice. Like, just exploratory surgery. I mean, is it costly? Is it a bit dangerous for an animal? Yes, but then again, that's better than facing a bunch of lawsuits that could happen from tourists being attacked, envenomated by the Dilos. Like, yeah, I would say it will be much, no, I do mean this, much better if they did do this rather than risk something that could potentially make them unable to open again for a long while or deal with legal hell of lawsuit battles.
These animals are expensive, Robert.
Workers are more so.
Well, considering that this is John Hammond from more like the novel variation, yeah, most of the workers here are from, well, third world countries where they're paid quite cheaply compared to how people would be paid here in first world countries. But due to the fact they're from third world countries, and plus the cheap labor that they are being paid, their salaries are in USD, which is actually still quite very valuable and actually would be a lot better paid than they would normally get back in their home countries. But just to say this, I mean, granted, Novel Hammond isn't exactly the kindest of people. Well, dude was so, well, mad with power and illusion of control that, well, he gets his comeuppance, which was really both terrifying and also very nice.
To prove invasive procedures based on suspicion alone, Henry would also object strongly.
Henry isn't the one cataloguing bodies.
That's enough.
That is fair.
Hear your concerns, I truly do, Robert, and I will think about it. But for now, get some rest.
And this dead raptor before me?
We're building something extraordinary here, Robert. Don't let the darkness of the jungle convince you otherwise.
The jungle doesn't convince me of anything, John.
Wait,
it just shows me
hold
what's
on.
already there. And that doesn't answer my question.
Wait. You can't tell if this is an Apatosaurus
To the east dock in the
or...
container, and we'll use it for lab sampling on Site B. Good night, Robert.
Wow. I don't think you've understood the nature of my concern one...
I agree with Robert. Hammond ignores the issue.
John.
I understand that you've had a rather action-packed adventure at night, and the adrenaline of the outing has caused you to be overly animated about your findings. The computer
Alright, yeah, that's a
does
Brachiosaurus.
not make errors counting our animals. So I'm a mixture of saddened and relieved to say that you're the one that's made the error.
What?
Which I'm not blaming you, of course, Robert. You've had a long night and you're tired. So I strongly suggest getting some much-deserved rest. The park needs its game warden at his best.
I hate to say it, but this is also my main reason for disliking Novel Hammond, because this is something like I can see him pulling off in the novel without any difference. Because for those that don't know, movie Hammond is spare no expense. He is more kindly. Granted, is he a bit negligent? Yes, but at the same time, he's, actively trying to be a good person and is actively trying to follow what's best to do. However, Novel Hammond, he can be summed up with is that no expense was really needed, because he wanted to do stuff very cheaply, and also he was very focused on one thing and one thing only: making enough money to, be able to cement his legacy in history before he eventually died. Because he could care less about a lot of stuff, and yeah. No, it's not one of these ads. No, I hate these so much. It's like, why? Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys, but let's continue.
Just arrived at the East Dock, Muldoon.
Thanks for that, Robbie.
What are you thinking?
I don't think I am, not properly anyway.
Give me a sec. What Robert Trent Jones is to golf courses, Robert Muldoon is to zoos, a designer of unsurpassed knowledge and skill. That is fair. I see they still had, crappy coffee mugs for work days back in the 90s. I thought it was more of a more recent thing, but I guess I was wrong.
Too much going on in my mind to wrangle without sleep.
You've been up all night.
Robbie, Hammond didn't sound fazed by the fact that there was a raptor on the loose. He almost sounded like he was happy to have it killed and make it disappear.
Yeah, I think there is something that both Henry and Hammond aren't telling Muldoon. It's pretty clear that despite, Henry and Muldoon, no, Henry and John are not exactly keen on being too honest with a lot of people, but it's like Hammond, at least, kind of in a way is, well, how do I say this? He's definitely one that will keep secrets way hidden. Like, I'll just say this. Novel Hammond is effectively the guy who gets bit by a zombie and doesn't tell anyone. He's that type of guy.
You know, Hammond always dodging in Jen's questions. He probably just wanted to keep it under wrap.
Absolutely a Hammond thing to do, but I almost feel slightly gaslit.
No, yeah, he was very much gaslighting you. I mean, did he bring, like, actual valid stuff? Yes, but at the same time, I mean, I would value someone that, you hired that has experience with these animals. Granted, he is learning about them more so on the spot because, these creatures haven't been back over, like, 66 million years, so yeah, it's a bit tough to, understand it, but I mean, from the information he's gathered so far, he knows that raptors are very much intelligent, and that they are pretty much, not exactly the best. The best for when it comes to safety.
Worked with these animals since day one. There were 8 of them. I documented 5 deceased, and now there's 1 unaccounted for in the loading container with you.
Stay alert, stay armed, stay alive. You know what? That's quite
There's something
good.
I'm missing, Robbie.
I was under the same impression as you, Muldoon. I haven't worked with the raptors as long as you have, but a quick cursory glance at the body, and even I could tell you that it physically looks different to the 3 in the enclosure. So I'm confused.
My thoughts exactly.
Easy. Easy does it. Yeah. And hold. Hold it there. Easy.
Okay, Robbie, I'm going to hang out with my best friend for a bit, then head to...
Oh no. For those that don't know, in the novel, it's...
sleep.
Okay.
Oh no. It's worse than I thought. It's Jack Daniels. Choose a better brand of whiskey, my guy. Choose a better brand of whiskey. Just choose something that's not that bad of whiskey. Like, I'm telling you, dude, please do not choose that brand of whiskey, but I suppose when all else fails, you go to old, reliable Jack Daniels. For those that don't know, novel Muldoon actually survives Jurassic Park, and also is also pretty heavy. I wouldn't say alcoholic, but I would definitely say, like, he's definitely more willing to get drunk, like, on occasion. Like, I mean, he's described a bit as, like, a drunkard, but he really isn't. Like, I mean, granted, he might have a drink every once in a while, but, I don't know, I mean, I don't see, like, how far that extent, occurs, because we only really get to see him for, like, maybe 2 to 3 days at most in the novel, because at least in the novel, like, there is some amount of time you spend, but it's like, actually no, I think we only get to see him for like 2 days. 2 days is when, when the crew arrives, and when they leave, which, happens to be within, definitely 2-day mark.
But good night, or a good morning at this point.
Thanks. Bye. Is this thing off? No, I don't care. Spared no expense.
But you still are left with Jack Daniels. Choose a better brand of whiskey. I mean, I get it's old reliable, but that doesn't mean you have to drink it. Yeah. Uh-huh. Alright, I will have to say, that was very, very good by Aliana, and what a cliffhanger. Well, obviously I know what this is going to lead into, since actually the only recent log that I haven't seen is actually, I believe is log 12 currently. But, yeah. Anyways, that was Muldoon, the Muldoon logs, episode 7, Muldoon Kills. Anyways, once again, all the copyright for Jurassic Park belongs to Universal City Studios LLC and to Emblem Entertainment Inc. And all the copyright belongs to Aliata. And, well, please go support him, as I'll have his links down below. And please go and help him out. Help him out. Please saying that. Like, go join his channel. Try supporting him the way you can. You can financially, but also do so. Like, if you are unable to do so financially, I would suggest just, by subscribing, leaving a like, leaving a comment on the video, because that usually helps out engagement, and also helps boost out stuff. Since recently, I know I said this in my last video, but I would say, give or take, about 2 weeks ago, Aliata reached over 200,000 subscribers, and yeah, I'm proud for him for doing so, because he makes a lot of good content, and also, I enjoy this content, because I personally am invested in it, regardless if I am reacting to this or not. I actively keep up with the series. Anyways, I'll see y'all later, as there will be the original video will be in the description down below, and what else? Oh yeah, and a link to Ali's channel would also be in the description. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. Goodbye!